And I think we all have that. We all have something to add to the collective, to the puzzle of the human experience. I feel like if we can just tap into it, then we can live out our life's purpose. It's a gorgeous day and the wind is a bit much, but I'm gonna film more. Feels like a nice spot to be. I've been connecting to this creative energy, this life force. And I think what brought that about was reading The Artist's Way and understanding that creative life force and that creative energy. And I actually need to learn to preserve that energy because I feel like it's so indie. Maybe I can just talk like this. I feel like I need to learn to preserve that energy because once I get that energy flowing, I get so excited and motivated and I just run around like crazy and talk so much. And I'm like very erratic. And then before I know it, I'm like dead. I'm like burnt out. I'm sitting on the couch and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so tired. So learning how to preserve that creative energy is like something that I'm figuring out at the moment. I don't know how I'm going to figure it out, but we'll get there. But tapping into that creative life force that is life, is breathing, is air, is flowing through you, and you can tap into it, and like I feel like it drives me so much in life, and it gives me so much energy, like in the things that I do and in who I am. And it's just I just want to talk about that life force. I just want to give it space and to talk about it. I feel like it's like the opposite of depression. It's the opposite of fear. And I think you can feel all those things while you're getting there, but it feels like the opposite coin of that. It feels like this life force, this like boundless life force that could just flow through you and help you to like create a painting or write a poem or write a song or to like share your heart out with people close to you. I feel like it's this in-depth feeling that drives you in how you do everything. And I just can't believe that I didn't know about this before, but it's such a beautiful energy to tap into and to connect to. And I know some people look at it as like a godly creative force that flows through you, and others just as this universal force that flows through you. I get these creative ideas that I'm like, I know this is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing next, or that is at least just part of the journey that I'm on. Like I'll get like a painting idea and I'm like, oh, this creative idea needs to be fulfilled. Or I get a poem idea and I'm like, oh, this needs to be written. This is part of the journey. And I think that's what that is, and it just keeps letting itself create stuff. And it can be like, it doesn't have to be that. You might be a gardener, or I don't really know of any examples, but you might be doing other things, whatever you're into, and it just drives you to do that next project, that next thing. And it's such a beautiful force to tap into. I really want to bring on this channel like talking more about talking to other people. I really want to invite that on this channel, talking to like my boyfriend and talking to other people and having beautiful conversations about life. And I have all these other like project ideas that I'd love to bring into YouTube or into life. It's been so fun lately because I've allowed myself to paint and to draw, and it's so fun. Like I do have this big canvas that's very scary at the moment, and I'm working through it, and I've worked a bit through it, and now I've been given it space, and I'm hoping to go back to it soon. I have a friend that said to me that like you can kind of talk to your project, so asking the project itself, do you like need space from me, or do you want to work with me today? And that type of language. Almost looking at your project as if it's its own entity and you're your own entity and you're working together. You're like merging together and you're creating something. And I actually love thinking about my projects in that way because it feels like they have their own life, and it actually takes a little bit of the pressure off me, because I think I get so in my head and make it so about myself, and I'm like, oh, this needs to be fulfilled by me. But it actually doesn't need to be it does need to be fulfilled by me, But it's not just me that's in the works. Like, it's this greater force than me. Like, all the projects, all the poems, everything that I'm creating, they're greater than me. They're for whatever purpose that I'm on this planet to do. They're greater than me. And that, I'm like, that's just God. That's just the universe. That's just like prana, life force. That's just life force working through me. Like, it's not, how can I explain it? It's like, it's not my human brain and like this brain that's so like, thinks about everything in such a human and logical way. That's not the part of me that's doing this. It's a part of me that's doing these things for like just whatever purpose I was here to do. And I think we all have that. We all have something to add to the collective, to the puzzle of the human experience. I feel like if we can just tap into it, then we can live out our life's purpose. I really wish that I found these videos easier to create. I actually find it so hard, and so much self-judgment shows up, like in the way that I say stuff or in whatever I do. I just wish my thinking mind I wasn't so absorbed in it. But I think the more I do it, the easier it'll be. And I think I'm only learning to live from this more flowy state. And I noticed, because I started teaching yoga at the moment, and I noticed that I was going into a lot of the classes anxious when I was teaching, and I wasn't living from that like flowing state, that water like state, like that river flowing. And I think that's my goal in life, is to do everything from that flowing state, for things to flow. And like, yeah, there might be things that go against the current or that like I find difficult, but to work with that flow, to move with that flow. Yeah, that's the goal. I've been finding it so difficult to teach yoga from that perspective, and I find it difficult to do these YouTube videos from that perspective and that flowing like state. And with my art as well, I still don't feel like I can just do it effortlessly and in a flowing way. And I want to get better at it. So I think the only way to do that is to keep showing up. So I'm trying to go easy on myself and like show up in these videos and show up in this space imperfectly, and hoping that I can get in a more flowy state and be more and more my true self. And I think a big part of it is just not feeling like I'm good enough. And I think I'd say that like might resonate for a lot of us, and like definitely a lot of artists, and I think all of us, like, but not feeling like I'm good enough. I think that's where it stems from. It's like, I don't have what it takes to give to this class. Like, why are people coming to my class? And then same with the arts, it's like, well, I don't have the skills, or I don't have. Whereas I think the state that I'd want to be in and I aim to be in is like the state of like just learning and allowing myself to learn and to flow and to becoming, like, I'm envisioning a butterfly. I'm envisioning a caterpillar making its way into a butterfly. I think it's caterpillars that make their way into butterflies, is it? But that's what I'm envisioning. I'm envisioning myself in that process and allowing myself to become. And I feel like that's what I'm doing right now, and in so many areas of my life, is just allowing myself to become. Who are you? Who are you? I think the questions that I want to ask myself is like, who are you and who wants to come out? Where is this? Where do you want to come out from? What do you want to share? What do you want to explore? And I think of myself as like an inner child almost, who is becoming, who's blossoming, and they're the types of questions that I feel like really help. Who are you? What do you want to become? What wants to be explored? What wants to come out? What wants to be learned? And I would love to just harness that feeling into a jar and just carry it around with me and to live from that way. But as of now, I just need to keep reminding myself that that's where I need to keep coming back into balance. This flow-like state and this space where I'm learning, and to start putting that volume down more and more on the judgment, on the self-judgment, on the voices that are not giving me the space to be and to do what I want to do. The voices that are telling me I'm not good enough, putting those voices a bit lower. And I think on this path as well, is like I've been doing this coaching, and it really helped, because what we were talking about and exploring was like tapping into this feeling and into this energy of possibilities rather than into this feeling of fear, and not working from this feeling of fear but working from this feeling of like possibility, what's possible, and tap into that and allow yourself to feel what's possible and visualize, play around with what's possible. And that's been really inspiring to me lately. Who are you? Who do you want to be? Because you could become that. How cool is that? Like, you really could become that. I love exploring that idea. It makes me so happy. It gives me so much life. And it makes me so happy to think that I could just be whoever I want to be, and whoever wants to come out of my body, I can fully embrace her and nurture her and love her and reparent her. I can be her parent and guide her. And I think that's like going back to that inner child work. It's like, I can guide her and reparent her and love her. And whoever she is, she's welcome. She's so welcome into this world and into this space. So I think welcoming your inner self, welcoming them into the world, allowing yourself to be who you want to be, the artist you want to be, whether you're sowing seeds and gardening, whether you're painting a painting, whether you're cleaning around in your kitchen and you're reorganizing the jars, what are you creating? Allowing yourself to create, to invite the new self in. Not even the new self, but the self that was always there. You just haven't invited her yet. Inviting her into the space. Welcoming yourself. You are welcome. I think that's the message today. Welcoming yourself into being. You're very welcome into existence and into existing from a deeper way.